Good morning, class. So today we will have another online class with regard to English grammar. And by that, before anything else, let's first have a prayer to be led by Ronald. Okay, Ronald, lead the prayer. Thank you very much, Ronald, for leading the prayer. Now, class, let me check your attendance if everyone is present or some of you are absent today. Okay, so I think everyone is present and congratulations for having a perfect attendance today. So you will have an additional points later on in our activity. Okay, so let's proceed to our classroom rules, and I hope that you will be guided by these classroom rules starting from this moment of time until the end of our school year, because we will be using these classroom rules whenever we will have an online classroom. So I would like to request Cherry to read to us the classroom rules. Okay, thank you very much, Cherry. So again, so the rule number one, class, so turn off your mic when you're not called or when your teacher is still discussing in the online classroom so that there will be no disturbances and additional noise during the discussion proper later on. So rule number two, click the hand button if you want to answer or add something. So in our online class, there is a function there below, so there's a hand button there. You have to use that hand button if you wanted to add or if you wanted to ask question. Rule number three, be on time so that you can keep track with our discussion. So there's no replay again, class. If we start our class at exactly 8 o'clock a.m., so we will start our class at that time. So be on time, join our online class ahead of time so that you can prepare. So rule number four, turn on your camera so your teacher and classmates can see you. It's another ways in a, is it is also another way for me to monitor what you're doing, because you might just get out of your seat and you will not going to listen to my discussion. So you have to open your camera so that I can see what you're doing behind. So rule number five, class, only use the chat function when the teacher asks you to or if there's an issue with your connection. So when your internet connection or your status is a little bit low, so pag mahina yung signal niyo dyan, so you just have to use chat box as an alternative way of communication in our classroom. So I hope that you will be guided again by our classroom rules so that we can have a smooth flow lesson. All right? Okay. So we will have first an activity, a game. So it's a bit similar to four picks one word, and the mechanics are the same. The one who first raises his hand or her hand through the button, again, use the button. The first one who is going to click the hand button will be the first one to answer the picture projected. Okay, so ready? Okay, the first picture. Okay, someone is raising his hand. Okay, Ryan, what's your answer, Ryan? Okay, very good. That is a pronoun. So the picture pertains to a pronoun. So the next picture. Okay, Mijel, you're raising your hand. What's your answer? Okay. How about Ferrer? All right. So the answer is her. So the picture illustrates the word her. Okay. The next one. Okay, Carlos. What's your answer? Okay. The answer is he is. Very good. Now, what do you think is our topic today, class? Okay. Our topic today is all about types of pronoun or pronoun and its types. Okay, before proceeding to the types of pronoun, I want first ask you, based on your previous learning, based on your previous grading, it was discussed by your teacher, what is a pronoun? Okay, a pronoun is, okay, Chloe, you're raising your hand. What's a pronoun? Okay, nice. You got it right. So a pronoun is a word that stands in for a noun, often to avoid the need to repeat the same noun over and over. Like nouns, pronouns can refer to people, things, concepts, and places. Most sentences contain at least one noun or a pronoun. So to put it simply, class, pronoun are used to avoid repetition, used as a substitute of the noun so that the sentence becomes appealing and appropriate. Say for example, the noun Anna. Anna is a noun, so it's a name. So if you use Anna repetitively in the sentence, it becomes what? Inappropriate. So we have to avoid repetition of the same noun. So we have to use a pronoun like she or her so that there will be a like a smooth and sound and appropriate sentence to be constructed. Okay. Now, knowing that uh, pronoun is a substitute or a lexical property used to substitute or to avoid repetition. Now let me ask you, what do you think, or based again in your previous learning, what are the types of pronoun? Okay, Ronald, do you have an idea? Okay, you're raising your hand. All right. What give us the types of pronoun rather. All right. So the types of pronouns are personal, possessive, reflexive, intensive, demonstrative, interrogative, relative, indefinite, and reciprocal. So there are lots of pronouns. So there are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Probably there are others, but again, class, we will only discuss 5 types of pronouns. So these particular pronouns that will be discussed today are the personal, possessive, reflexive, intensive, and demonstrative. Because we will not have enough time to discuss all of it, so the remaining types of pronoun will be discussed next meeting. So let's move to the first type of pronoun, personal pronoun. Okay, personal pronoun. What is a personal pronoun? Okay, a personal pronoun are pronouns that refer to specific person or thing in a sentence that can be divided into two groups, nominative and objective. So these types of personal pronouns will be discussed next meeting so that we can have enough time, because it's a little bit too complicated if we were going to discuss it today. So the types of the personal pronouns are I, me, my, we, us, and our, and you. So these are the pronouns. So the first example, observe. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So by using I in the sentence, instead of using Robert or using Alexander, we are using I. So I is used as a personal pronoun, and it's stated here, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So it stands as what? As a personal or a person who says that he does not understand the message given by the other person. So if you put it in a context. So next is, if we work hard, the prize could be ours. So the pronoun ours is another type of pronouns that let's focus on we. We functions a personal pronoun. We work hard. So the prize could be ours. So number 3, if you ask me, so again, it's another personal pronoun, me, and we, so followed by another personal pronoun, we just have to trust ourselves. So there are 2 personal pronouns used in the sentence. So I hope everything are clear. So the gist of a personal pronouns are used to what? Are used to state that I am or we are saying this, 'di ba? So, refer to specific person or a thing. It's personal, 'di ba? So, next is possessive pronouns. Okay, possessive pronouns. Our pronouns show ownership. In other words, something belongs to someone else. So to put it simply, if a thing belongs to you, you will going to say mine, ours, yours, his, hers, theirs, or whose. Either be it yours or either be it theirs. So you have to use possessive pronouns to state that it belongs to you or it belongs to other group. Say for example, number one, I don't think this one is mine. From the word mine, it talks about me. And mine is used to stand that it belongs to me. But however, in number one, it was used to stand that he thinks that it does not belong to him. Because the sentence states that I don't think this one is mine. But still, it is a possessive pronoun. Two, yours is the nicest living room I've ever been in. Again, to state that it is a possessive pronoun, he owns something. So, the possessive pronoun there, class, is yours. From the word yours, what does yours possess? It's the nicest living room. The nicest living room is owned by yours. So next is the problem is hers to deal with. I'm not getting involved. So from the word hers. So the problem belongs to hers. So it is a possessive pronoun. So it becomes a possessive pronoun because the statement or the sentence wanted to relay a message that the problem is hers to deal with. And hers is a problem. Okay, I hope things are clear. I hope you are clear with possessive pronouns. The gist there is as long as it stands, as long as it functions as a pronoun that states an ownership or a belonging. Next is reflexive pronoun. Okay, reflexive pronouns that are pronouns that are used to show that the subject of the sentence is receiving the action of the verb. So, in other words, reflexive pronouns are simply pronouns that are used as an object in the sentence. When we say object are function to be the receiver of the action of the verb. Say for example, myself, ourselves, yourselves, uh, himself, herself, itself, themselves, and oneself that are used in the sentence, but it depends on the singularity or the plurality of the sentence or the words being used in the particular context of the sentence. So the first example there, Jane congratulated herself on a job well done. So who did Jane congratulate? Okay, it is herself. So herself receives the congratulations from Jane, but it functions as congratulated, and congratulated is a verb, okay? A verb, and herself receives the verb congratulated for on a job well done. Two, it's important to allow oneself some time to recover from an illness. Okay, so the pronoun oneself again is a reflexive pronoun because it functions as a verb. No, it functions as a verb. It functions as an object in the sentence and receives the action of the verb. And the verb there is important to allow. To allow who? To allow oneself. To allow oneself to what? To recover from an illness. So it's just the series of a question to who, diba? So number three, he looks out for himself. So he looks to who? For himself. So from the word looks, the verb, and the verb was received by for himself, because himself is the object or the receiver of the verb looks. Next is intensive pronouns. So intensive pronouns are pronouns that are used only to place emphasis on the subject and are not essential to the meaning of the sentence. So class, the pronouns are used the same with reflexive pronoun. However, there are differences in its function. Intensive pronouns are used to give emphasis to existing nouns and pronouns in the sentence, while reflexive pronouns are used as an object in the sentence that receives the action of the verb. So do not misunderstood the two function of the types of pronoun. So myself, ourself, yourself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, themselves, and oneself, the same with reflexive, are used are used differently in the sentence. Say, for example, number one, I myself have never been to Australia. So I, an existing a pronoun, followed by an intensive pronoun to give emphasis to the pronoun I have never been to Australia. So number two, why don't you ask the man himself? So a man there, the man there is a noun and followed by another intensive pronoun to give emphasis that the man should ask himself. So it gives emphasis to the intent to ask question. So number three, you yourself, a personal pronoun followed by an intensive pronoun to give emphasis that you should do it. So should do it by you and followed by an emphasis functioning pronoun yourself. So I hope you understand the function of intensive pronoun that is way different from the reflexive pronoun. In spite of that, they use similar pronouns like myself, your, ourselves, yourself, but it depends on the construct of the sentence. So next, the last one, demonstrative pronouns. So what is a demonstrative pronoun class? Okay, demonstrative pronoun are pronouns that are used to identify nouns and answer the question which one. So which one? It demonstrates an ownership. It demonstrates an action that is owned by a person or a group. So this, that, this, and those. So for example, in the first sentence, this is my friend. From the word this, a demonstrative pronoun simply introduces my friend Jamie, that Jamie is my friend. Which one? Jamie. Which one is your friend? Jamie. This is my friend Jamie. So that's the function of the demonstrative pronoun in the first sentence. So in the second sentence, I don't know about that. Let's discuss it tomorrow. Which one? You don't know. I don't know about that. So that means he does not know and consequently leads to the discussion tomorrow. So number three, those are my notebooks on the desk. So it gives a location of the property owned by the person. Those are my notebooks on the desk. Which one? The notebooks. Where? On the desk. By using those is an assisting pronoun to determine the ownership of the notebooks on the desk. So it demonstrates an ownership of a person or a group in a particular object belonging to them or to him or to her. Okay. So with that, I hope everything are clear from the personal pronoun up to the demonstrative pronoun. So we will be discussing the other types of pronoun in a later date in the next meeting. So, okay, so we will have an activity. So the directions are class, fill in the blanks below using the pronouns inside the box. Write your answers in the blank space provided in each given item. So I have posted the link in our Google Classroom. Just enter our Google Classroom. If you wanted further instructions class, the instructions given in the Google Classroom through the link, and you will be answering rather
the activity in a limited time. So I hope you will use your time wisely and no, answer wisely the following items given. All right? Okay, you can now start doing the activity. Time's up. So class, I want you to answer this question of mine. So we will generalize everything from the very start of our discussion, from personal pronoun up to or down to the demonstrative pronoun. So my question is, why do you think pronoun is important in English language? Okay, Ryan, you're raising your hand. So mind giving or sharing your ideas to the class? All right. So pronouns are used to assist people in giving identification to people to persons with gender identity. So it helps us distinguish people from one gender to another using pronouns. Aside from gender identity, what do you think is the another importance of a pronoun? Okay. So Marielle is raising her hand. Okay, Marielle, what do you want to share? Okay. So pronoun. Okay, you really learn something out of this discussion. So pronoun are used to avoid repetition, just as we have discussed earlier. Repetitions and making the sentence more sound, more appropriate, and um more well constructed. So there's no repetition of same nouns in within the sentence, but rather we use different way, and that's the pronouns. The there, this, we have her, his, them, we, ourselves, yourself, and etc. And many other pronouns. So thank you very much for participating, attending this class, and I hope uh, you learn something out of this topic and this lesson that we have today. So before we leave, let's first have another activity, and the directions are, you will have to create an essay. So the directions, essay test, create an essay about your school life with a minimum of 4 sentences for each paragraph, and the composition should not be below 2 paragraphs. So in creating the essay, use and underline the types of pronoun within each paragraph to identify pronouns within the composed essay. I hope everything are clear. So again, I have posted the link. Um, you will be redirected to the Google Classroom, and I posted an activity. So you have to have an essay to be inputted in the section of the activity, and you will again answer in time constriction. So there's a limited time, and use again your time wisely on constructing the essay. Okay, everything are clear? Okay. So class, this is your assignment. The directions are video presentation using the discussed types of pronouns. Create a video speech to be posted in YouTube. Each student will create their own video speech using the types of pronouns. The video speech should have a minimum of 5 minutes with a maximum of 10 minutes presentation that will be rated according to the given criteria below. So these are the rubrics when you are creating your video presentation. Grammar structure 10 points, pronunciation and fluency 10 points, mastery 10 points, creativity 5 points, and audience impact 5 points through your viewers' reaction. So with that class, this assignment will be passed next online class, and I hope that you will going to pass this activity ahead of the deadline or ahead of time, so that I can check and give time for the viewers to react accordingly to your video presentation. So that's all for our discussion today, and I hope you enjoyed it and you got something out of our topic. And yeah, this is a goodbye, and you can now exit our Google class, and yeah, enjoy your day. Thank you very much for attending.